commentary, running commentary for Doordarshan.
Live
Telecast commentator
commentator.
for sports and flag hoisting
Ceremonies.
for government of Tamil Nadu.
அந்த இவங்க 3 பேருக்கு சர்டிஃபிகேட் எழுதுனீங்களா?
எது?
ஜஸ்ட் கோல் கீப்பர்.
சொல்லவே இல்லையே. அதுக்கு தனியா
அவ்வளவுதான் மேடம்.
சர்டிஃபிகேட் பிரிண்ட் பண்ணணும்.
ஏன் காலியா?
அப்படி இல்ல.
ஓ,
அது வந்து
மட்டும் தான்.
secured தான் இருக்கு.
வந்தாச்சா எல்லாருமே ஓகேங்களா?
அதுல அது
நீங்க அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் அதை உங்ககிட்ட வாங்கிக்கேன்.
இதுவா? சரி.
அந்த 14 பேர் அது சிபி
அந்த லிஸ்ட் காமிங்க ஒரு நிமிஷம். எங்க போச்சு அந்த லிஸ்ட்? சார் இதை ஒளிச்சு வச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. அந்த 14 பேர் என் கையில தான் இருக்கு.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to announce the arrival and extend a warm welcome to the day's chief guest, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Chennai, Shri P. Selvaganesh IRS. We are also very happy in extending a warm welcome to our beloved Chief Postmaster General Tamil Nadu Circle, Shri S. Rajendra Kumar, IPOS. And we are equally happy in extending a warm welcome to our guest of honor, international football player, Shri Mohammad Amjad. I hope the players, those who are in front of the stage, can feel themselves convenient by getting seated. I repeat, the players, please be seated. You can be convenient. Wind refreshes air, rain refreshes plants, sea refreshes living creatures. And so, our postal department is the one which never fails to refresh its rank and file by organizing such tournaments. With this note, we are taking up the valedictory function of the 34th All India Postal Football Tournament being organized by Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board. Humility, courage, selfless nature, passion for the work are some of the greatest virtues of the Postmaster General of Central Region, Shri A. Govindarajan. It will be our pleasure to invite Shri A. Govindarajan to welcome the gathering.
வணக்கம். Welcome to all to this wonderful evening. After a week of sportsmanship and enthusiasm, today we are here for the culmination of 34th All India Postal Football Tournament. The matches were played with great enthusiasm, and we were able to witness many nail-biting moments during this tournament. I heartily welcome the respected Chief Postmaster General, who is actually the regular CPMG of Karnataka Circle and holding charge of this circle. He is the chairperson of the Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board. On behalf of the Postal Board, Sports Board, and all present here, may I heartily welcome CPMG through Rajendra Kumar sir. May I request DPS CCR just to present bouquet. And today we have the most apt person as a chief guest for this event, who is a true sportsman in spirit, who is none other than Thiru P. Selva Ganesh, Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Chennai. He is also a keen tennis player. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Tamil Nadu Postal Circle, and may I now request DPS headquarters to just present flowers as mark of our love and affection to him. Our guest of honor doesn't need any introduction. I welcome Sri Mohammad Amjad, the international football player, to this event. Now I request DPS Central Region, Mr. Ravindran, to honor him and welcome him. I welcome Thiru G. Nadarajan, Postmaster General, Chennai City Region, and directors of Tamil Nadu Postal Circle from various regions and headquarters, and technical delegates, official observers, referees, doctors, physics, therapists, comparer, players and coaches and captains from all Postal Circle teams representing this particular tournament, and secretaries and joint secretaries of the all committees who toiled a lot actually to put together the valedictory as well as the inaugural function, as well as conducting the whole tournament in a very successful and memorable manner. I once again welcome everyone present here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our guest of honor, Shri Mohammad Amjad, is a postgraduate, MA postgraduate with diploma in sports management. He is a former international football player. He is a licensed coach with a license from Asian Football Confederation. He is a retired relationship manager of State Bank of India between 1986 and 1980. And as a player, he had represented our dear country in very many international arenas, and few of them, Jawaharlal Nehru Gold Cup International Tournament, International Super Soccer Tournament, goodwill match played between Bochum Levin and a professional club from Germany, exhibition match played with Shakhtar Levin, a champion club of USSR, prior to this between 1982 and 1995. He had represented Tamil Nadu state for more than 7 times in the National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy. Between 2003 and 2006, as a chief coach, he had trained the players of Tamil Nadu senior state for Senior National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy, Tamil Nadu Under 21 state team for Youth National Championship. He was also the selector for Under 17 national team, Tamil Nadu Football Association for all age groups. He appeared as football analyst for major tournaments, FIFA World Cup, Euro 2012 and major leagues. Our guest of honor, Shri Mohammad Amjad, is a recipient of Commendation Award of Tamil Nadu Olympic Association and Tamil Nadu Sports Council. He had visited many schools and colleges as a chief guest and as a football lover. And it's time for us now to invite our guest of honor to address the gathering.
அளவற்ற அருளாளனும் நிகரற்ற அன்புடையனுமாகிய எல்லாம் வல்ல இறைவன் ஒருவனுக்கே புகழ் அனைத்தும் உண்டாவதாக. Respected Chief Guest of today's function, Mr. P. Selva Ganesh, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. Respected Sri S. Rajendra Kumar, Chief Postmaster General, and other dignitaries in the dais, my dear players, good evening to all of you. Indeed, it's a great pleasure for me to be part of this function because football gave me identity. What is I am today is because of football. So it is my pleasure to be with you, and I am here now. So I don't want to take much of your time because all the dignitaries are in a hurry. So I want to share a message. Some change has taken place in the game of football. So there is no appointment. In our days, we were dependent of appointment. We played, we represented state, and we were waiting for appointment. Now a change, a paradigm shift has taken place. Like a football is no more a pastime or hobby, or you cannot play for fun, but it has become a profession. You can see the ISL is introduced, IPL is introduced. For that matter, all the games, the professionalism has been introduced. Now recently Pro Coco is also introduced. So the players, the average age of these team players will be around 35 to 40. See, you are playing, peak period of your playing time is getting over, and most of them will have a dream to become a coach. So for you, I am telling you, guide the players, those who are coming from academies, because they are, playing football in anticipation that they will get the appointment. No, you cannot expect appointment in any central government, any state government for the next years to come. Why I am telling you is, being in State Bank of India, the main ATM cash replenishment was given to outsourced. It is outsourced. Housing loan outsourced, or even the cash transaction up to 2 lakhs limit, we have opened customer service point. That means the main business work of State Bank of India being outsourced. Where is the recruitment will take place? So since you there is no appointment opportunities for you. You have to guide because you are going to be the coach. Or almost most of them would have been in charge of some academies. You have to guide the coach and the parents of those boys. You give them the awareness of the present scenario of football. They have to take football as profession, not as means to get admission or gets appointment. It has become a profession now. That you have to understand. So, whatever citation read by Mr. I don't know his gentleman, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया था, सिर्फ फुटबॉल को लव किया था. मेरे पीछे इंडिया आया, तमिलनाडु आया, कोच आया, सब आया. सिर्फ फुटबॉल लव किया था, उसको मोहब्बत किया था, उसको प्रेम किया था. हम लोग को ऊपर वाले ने इतना महत्वपूर्ण पैदाइश किया है, मालूम क्या? आप जो भी चाहेंगे वो बन सकते हैं, जो भी चाहेंगे आप बन सकते हैं. मैं फुटबॉल प्लेयर बनना चाहता था, उसके साथ था, मुझे प्लेयर बना के वो रंग देखा, उसके बाद कोच बनाया, कोच के बाद सेलेक्टर बनाया, और मुझे अपॉइंटमेंट लेके दिया, और मुझे प्रमोशन दिया, और मुझे ट्रांसफ़र से बचाया, और आज 60 इयर्स कोई एक अनब्लेमिशिंग रिकॉर्ड से मैं बाहर निकल के आया. इट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ फुटबॉल एंड द डिसिप्लिन आई लर्न फ्रॉम द गेम ऑफ फुटबॉल. सो माई बी with this last message I would like to conclude. क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ, ये लोग सब 40-45 years हैं. आपके पीक में आप खेलते होंगे कि आपका माइंड बहुत तेज़ होता था, लेकिन आपका मसल अब डिप्लीट हो रहा है. सो माइंड और मसल कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं रहेगा. आप खेलना कम करो, और आपकी सेहत आपके फैमिली के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. द बेस्ट गिफ्ट यू कैन गिव इट टू योर फैमिली इज़ योर हेल्थ. टेक केयर ऑफ दैट. विद दिस आई कंक्लूड माई स्पीच. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir. Enormous people endeavor in shaping lives for the betterment because of their greatness. They instill inside us the values, knowledge, hopes, and dreams. Such a personality is our beloved Chief Postmaster General of Tamil Nadu Circle, Shri S. Rajendra Kumar, IPOS, who is also the chairman of the Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board. And it's time for us now to listen for the presidential address.
Dear Mr. Selva Ganesh, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Muhammad Amjad, international football player, and who has just energized us with his magic words. Postmaster General, Chennai City Region, Mr. Natarajan, and Postmaster General Trichy Region, Mr. Govindarajan, officers, staff, and participating teams, media personnel, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the end of this 1 week of the football, I cannot say extravaganza, but it is certainly an extravaganza for when you see it from the point of view of the postal department. Teams from all over the country have come here and played with the highest spirit of sportsmanship. I had the opportunity to view the inaugural game as well as the finals today. It has been a good display of skills. When we talk about sports in organizations, as Mr. Amjad just pointed out, that it is you are playing beyond your peak in your middle ages. But the type of energy that I saw in the field, I could see that you are playing like youngsters. And the way you have been moving around and tackling, it has been a treat to watch. So the postal department does encourage sports activities. We do have tournaments in 14 disciplines. Now, sports activities are not meant only for the personnel who have been recruited as sports recruitees. We should all realize that sports is universal. In fact, Mr. Selva Ganesh will be shortly be introduced. But I should say that he has been a sportsman himself. He has been an athlete. He has participated in state level, and he's got the President's Medal as a scout. So you have a sports person amongst us in government employment and as the chief guest today. So what the point I was trying to make was that sports should become a part and parcel of our lives. It's very important for us to realize, especially for the coming generations, when you have a social interaction with people about their kids, generally you get to know or you get to hear only about their academic achievements, and generally you will find out, the question you are asked is, are you going to be an engineer or a doctor? Now, apart from several other options in academies, hardly anyone thinks about a career in sports. So from that point of view, it was really very apt with what Mr. Amjad told just now. Consider sports as a career option, and this is something that all of us, including all of you teams who have come here from various states, you have to disseminate this. Like, we have to encourage our next generations into sports. Okay, and this, I think, is one of the reasons why a department like the Postal Department is organizing sports tournaments. It's not just for the love of playing sports. It's also to inculcate this idea that you have to encourage your next generations to adopt sports and play various the sports involved in various sports activities. It is said that the life gets over when you stop dreaming. When you stop dreaming, it's as good as your life is over. So we have to encourage the next generation to dream. And they say that in the same vein, I should say that when you stop believing yourself, that is the end of hope. Okay? So encourage our children to believe in themselves and excel in the activities of their interest. Here I am not just telling sports. Whatever interests them, we should encourage them, and I am sure that that will be our lasting contribution for the future generations. Now, with this, I would like to congratulate all these teams who have come from far and wide, and of course special congratulations to the West Bengal team and the Odisha team who have won and placed second in the tournament. Nothing to take away from all the other teams. You have all played in the best of sportsman spirit, and wish you all the best in your respective areas of your excellence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the day's chief guest, Principal Commissioner of Assessment Unit Income Tax Chennai, Shri P. Selvaganesh IRS, joined the civil services in 1991 in the cadre of Indian Revenue Service. During the past 26 years, have been posted in different parts of the country and have worked in various areas such as administration, assessment, and investigation. Our chief guest has the distinction of having worked over 13 years in the investigation directorate. He has handled the charge of administration and vigilance for the states of Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. Presently serving as Principal Commissioner of Assessment Unit of Income Tax Chennai. And he was the earlier Vice President of Tamil Nadu Amateur Athletics Association. Presently, the Vice President of Tamil Nadu Basketball Association. In May 2009, he had accompanied the Indian team as manager for the athletics with a contingent numbering 50 athletes to China for Asian Grand Prix. He had toured Finland as a Rotary GSE scholar in 2006. Our chief guest is a keen sportsman, plays tennis regularly, and he was a technical delegate for athletics from India for the Guangzhou Asian Games at China. Our chief guest has undergone training at Slovenia, Austria, and Duke University, USA. And he was instrumental in ensuring sports quota recruitment, 37 posts, as well as various other vacancies which had not been filled up for over 14 years. An excellent motivator, having taken motivation classes for students of various disciplines. And it is our pleasure to invite the day's chief guest, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax Chennai, Shri P. Selvaganesh IRS, for the valedictory address.
Honorable Shri Rajendra Kumar, Indian Postal Service, and Chief Master General of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka Circles. Honorable Guest of Honor Shri Muhammad Amjad, Postmaster Generals, Directors of Postal Services, other senior officers of the Postal Department, friends and colleagues. It is an honor and pleasure to be here this evening. An honor because I am now today part of a department which has a history of nearly 250 years as a service, and as a covenanted service, you are the oldest, older than the Indian civil services also. So each and every one of you should be proud that you're part of such a historic department, a department which is the largest in the world. You should be really proud of the fact that you're serving every nook and corner of this great country. Not only the name is deceptive because you also deliver posts, but you do much more than that. Certain areas where services cannot be delivered by banks, post offices are doing that. Manrega payments are being done by that, and more importantly, certain key economic statistics are being collected by the Postal Department. So, as proud employees of the department, I first salute you and I thank you for the great service you are rendering the nation. Which is why I deem it a great honor to be here this evening amidst you as part of this great football tournament. A pleasure because it gave me a wonderful opportunity to meet your Chief Postmaster General, who my senior in service, but trained with me in Mussoorie. For 4 months in Mussoorie, we were together. And after 31 years, I've had the pleasure of beholding him in person. It's a wonderful feeling to meet a training batchmate. So thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. It was an absolute pleasure to be here. Having said that, let me now not take much of your time. I would only build on what our guest of honor, Amjad, was saying. So he cautioned you that you're now almost past your peak. Age is just a number. And if you want, you can perform as a player for several more years to come. I've known people, for example, the Honorable Health Minister of Tamil Nadu, after a major accident, started running at the age of 57 and has completed more than 130 marathons, full marathons, okay? Now, if he can do it at 57, I know the demands of professional football, the risk of injury can be quite high. So all of you have already given so much to the department, but I have a small suggestion to you. You must have heard when I was introduced that I was a technical official in the Asian Games at Guangzhou. Now, apart from what our international and guest of honor, Shri Mohammad Amjad, said, you have several career opportunities open before you as sportsmen. One, to be a sports administrator. Now, all associations need former players, players with experience who have technical knowledge to be part so that you can build your sports. So as an administrator, you have a career ahead of you. As a referee, how many of you have seen Indian referees in international tournaments? Why don't we have international referees? At least in cricket we see, but in most other games, we don't see. And basketball also, we built up some talent. I was a qualified referee in basketball before entering the services. And I would request you now, as you seek to end an active career in sports, you can develop one as an official, as a referee, as a technical official. And if all this is not up to you, you can always coach teams. For professional teams, for your departmental teams, and more importantly, taking the great message of sports down to the last, your own city, your own neighborhood, where you can build a team which can produce a future football international, a Olympian, a Olympic medalist. That is something that is in your power, and all the experience that you've gained these years, my request is that you do use it for the betterment of sports. Don't give up on the sports. And at this juncture, of the 8 teams that participated, West Bengal, with a great tradition in football, has won. Congratulations to you. And congratulations to Odisha, which finished runner-up, and Kerala, which also carries the beacon for football in the southern states. Congratulations for finishing 3rd. Congratulations all the teams. And remember this, we continue to recruit. Income tax continues to recruit. Customs and central excise also recruit, and many government departments do recruit, but we do not recruit enough to give all of you opportunities. So there are opportunities, much lesser opportunities, now that public sector companies don't recruit. So for those of you who are mentoring players, please inform them of the different opportunities that opens up in the government, and also for the professional sports. Once again, मैं आप सबसे एक क्षमा चाहूँगा कि इतनी धूप में आपको इतनी देर हम खड़े रखे. आप बैठ सकते थे, but you have chosen, as true sportsmen who play 90 minutes of tireless football, I think waiting for 10 to 15 minutes in sun was not a problem for you. So I once again thank you for this admirable sportsmanship spirit displayed during this conclusion. Congratulations. May God bless you all, and may we take our country forward. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the presentation avenue of the valedictory function. It will be our pleasure to request the guest of honor, international football player, Shri Mohammad Amjad, to kindly present the individual honors. Best forward goes to Abhishek Rawat of Odisha. The award Best Defender is won by Kaushik Majumdar of West Bengal. Best goalkeeper of this tournament is Nazeeb of Kerala. Thank you, sir. It will be our pleasure to request our beloved Chief Postmaster General Tamil Nadu Circle, Shri S. Rajendra Kumar, IPOS, to present the Fair Play Award. Fair Play Trophy goes to the team of Delhi. Thank you, sir. It will be our pleasure to request the day's chief guest, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax Chennai, Shri P. Silvaganesh IRS, to present the medals and trophy. The third place winners are being called to the stage, who had won the bronze medal. Medals will now be presented. Ashik Rahman, P.K. Nazeeb, B.K. Anag, M.V. Girish Kumar, A.K. Muhammad Tariq, B. Anazman, K. Das, T.K. Sarun, O.K. Javid, P.S. Sanish, T. Faisal, M. Baiju, P. Shaiju, T. Jobish, Sanup Chalil, S. Vincent, N. Azad and V. A. Shino. And now it's time for us to present the trophies. Trophy to the team of Kerala which had secured third place. The winners of the runners-up position in this tournament is Odisha. We now call upon the players for the silver medals. Chinmaya Shekhar Behra, Krishna Chandramaji, Abhishek Rawat, Padmalochan Behera, Chakardar Harpal, Pradeep Kumar Das, Kulamani Sahu, Uma Shankar Gatwal, Lagin Murmu, Danga Salai Badra, S.K. Moin, Bizwajit Hati, Harsha Sagar Dehri, Mahesh Kumar Sahu, Dilip Topo, Shakti Prasad Singh, Arjun Naik, and Arvind Lakra. The runners-up trophy of this championship is now being presented to the team Odisha. The title winners of this 34th All India Postal Football Tournament and the gold medal winners are from the team West Bengal. We call upon the players to receive their gold medals. Subrata Das, Shayan Roy, Ankit Mukherjee, Kaushik Majumdar, Rajan Burman, Abhishek Das, Baidinath Das, Arga Chakraborty, Pahun Biswas, Bapi Sardar, Bhaskar Roy, Subhajit Mandi, Prabhat Thapa, Krishnajit Burman, Manoj Yaka, Rakesh Burman, Alokdeep Kohli, and Saurav Das. The winner's title of this 34th All India Postal Football Tournament and the winner's trophy goes to the team of West Bengal. Thank you, sir. And now it will be our pleasure to request our beloved Chief Postmaster General Tamil Nadu Circle, Shri S. Rajendra Kumar IPOS, to kindly present the mementos. It's a pleasure to invite Central Observer, Mr. Vinayak Mishra, to the stage. We now invite our technical observer, Mr. Muhammad Rafiq. The team of technical officials, those who have been doing a great job for the past 5 days. Tournament Technical Director, Mr. P. Bhagavati Raj. Our referees, Mr. Jamal, Mr. Ramdasan, Mr. Samson Roney, Sanakyan, Yezhil Vendan, and Ruba Devi. We now invite our pitch consultant, Mr. Devendran. Here we have a great personality from our own department who had been the live wire for conducting the tournaments in the past. Whatever be the game, whatever be the situation, whether it is raining, whether it is heavily sunshining, he is a person who used to manage, and even after superannuation, it shows his greatness that he is involved, and he is amidst us, Mr. Jay Seelan, the past Joint Secretary, who always has been helpful, support, guide, and motivating force for the Postal Sports Board in Tamil Nadu. A physiotherapist, Dr. Monica.
Sri A.L. Muthu, our comptroller, is the announcer of Commonwealth Games, Asian Track and Field, Asian Grand Prix, and many other international championships. Live telecast commentator for sports and flag hoisting ceremonies for the government of Tamil Nadu. And it gives us immense pleasure to honor him today. I request our respected Chief Postmaster General to hand over the memento to him.
Thank you, sirs. A person known for simplicity, humbleness, and easy accessibility, and who always used to encourage sports, is the chairman of the tournament committee, Postmaster General, Chennai City Region, Shri G. Natarajan. And before inviting him for the word of thanks, we have a very colorful presentation, that is my stamp. To honor the day's chief guest, it will be our pleasure to request our beloved Chief Postmaster General of Tamil Nadu Circle to kindly hand over the My Stamp. My Stamp is the brand name for personalized sheets of postage stamps of India Post, which was first introduced during the World Philatelic Exhibition Indipix 2011. And it is being handed over to the day's chief guest, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax Chennai, Shri P. Silva Ganesh IRS. And again, it will be our pleasure to request our beloved Chief Postmaster General, Tamil Nadu Circle, Shri S. Rajendra Kumar IPOS, to hand over my stamp to our guest of honor, international football player, Shri Mohammad Amjad. And it's time again to request our beloved Chief Postmaster General to hand over my stamp to the tournament technical director, Mr. Bhagavati Raj. Thank you, sir. Thanksgiving is not mere play of words. And it's time for us now to invite the Postmaster General of Chennai City Region, the Chairman of the Tournament Committee, Shri G. Natarajan, to thank the gathering.
Respected Chief Postmaster General, Chief Guest Shri Selva Ganesh Sir, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Chennai, our guest of honor Shri Mohammad Amjad, international football player of repute, PMG Central Region, Govindarajan Sir, DPS Headquarters, DPS Chennai City Region, DPS Central Region, players, managers, coaches, secretaries of all committees and the team, members of press, good evening to you all. We had 5 days of glorious football with all teams displaying extraordinary team spirit. On this final day, I first thank our chief guest, Shri Selva Ganesh Sir, for sparing his valuable time and honoring our players with awards, and also appreciating the players and for giving such encouraging words. It is a pleasure to know that he himself was an athlete and a technical delegate for many of the games. Sir, it's a pleasure and honor to have you, sir, and I thank you on behalf of the Department of Post. Thank you, sir. And we have our beloved Chief Postmaster General of Tamil Nadu Circle and Karnataka Circle. Despite being in additional charge, sir had shown great enthusiasm for the sports. He was present throughout the inaugural match in sweltering heat. That particular day, it was so much of humidity was there in Chennai. Despite enjoying the Bangalore weather for so long, he he braved that sweltering heat and enjoyed the full match of Tamil Nadu versus Odisha. And today also in the morning he was there at 7 o'clock itself and he witnessed both the matches. So I thank you, sir, for all the support given to us. And on behalf of Tamil Nadu Circle, thank you, sir. And I thank all the Postmaster Generals, especially our Postmaster General Central Region, who is in charge of the Functions Committee, and Postmaster General Business Development, Sridevi Madam, Jai Shankar Sir, who is the Postmaster General Southern Region, and Postmaster General Western Region, who is the Chairman of the First Aid Committee. Thank you to all for the encouraging support given for conducting this tournament. I also thank Shri Mohammad Amjad Sir, who is the international football player of repute and who consented to be present here, and also such an encouraging speech. It's a speech for only a few minutes, but it would have motivated all the sportsmen who are present here, and also the non-sports player also to take up some sports work in their beyond their official work. So I thank you, sir, for consenting to come here and honoring us. I express my sincere thanks to the technical delegates, official observers, referees, doctors, physiotherapists for the support and assistance for the past 1 week, especially the chief referee and also the lady referee who is present here, Ms. Ruba Devi. She was present in all the matches, and thanks to all the referee team. Thanks to the social evening held last night. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And thanks to Major Divya, who had organized. She is the secretary of the tournament committee. I express my thanks to her. I express my gratitude to the authorities of the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium for providing this beautiful venue. Special thanks to Sri Muthu Kamperar and Sri Jayasilan, retired Joint Secretary, Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board, for their valuable support. I would like to make a special mention of the support extended by Sri Devendran, pitch consultant, Sri Vadivelu, manager, Sri Kuselian, coach of Tamil Nadu football team, and Sri Om Balachandar, Joint Secretary, Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board. I also thank all the players who had played these sports with so much of spirit and friendship and enthusiasm, and also the coaches and the managers of the team. I hope they carry a good memory of this tournament, and I wish them all success in the future. I also thank the entire postal fraternity, press and publicity, and each one of you for your overall support for the conduct of the 34th All India Postal Football Tournament. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's time for us now to request the day's chief guest, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax Chennai, Shri P. Selvaganesh IRS, to formally declare for the closure of the tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, I declare the 34th All India Postal Football Tournament 2023 formally closed. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the curtains of the 34th All India Postal Football Tournament, being organized by Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board, is coming to a close, we would like to take your attention to the right-hand side of the main stage, where the flags are being lowered. And it is being lowered by Rajaram and Ranjit Rai, the past athletes who had won a lot of medals. Along with them, we do have Murugan, a cyclist, Dinesh, a hockey player. Well, ladies and gentlemen, under the evening sky, when the ground is strewn with players representing different teams, the last post is sounded. The flag descends slowly, steadily, and at the same time, gracefully, heralding the modest downfall of this 34th All India Football Tournament being organized by Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board. The players representing different teams had won laurels not only for themselves but also for their circle and on the whole for the postal department. And those are the flags under which these players have been showing their prowess in the last 5 days by showing their excellence, good skills, and whatnot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the flag, with all respect, is brought in the slow march by Rajaram, Ranjit Rai, Murugan, and Dinesh. As they come close to the stage, the All India Postal Sports Board flag will be folded carefully and will be handed over to our beloved Chief Postmaster General Shri S. Rajendra Kumar IPOS, and in turn we will be requesting our beloved Chief Postmaster General to hand it over to the Assistant Director Admin SR Welfare, Secretary of Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board, Shri C. Rajaratnam, for the safe custody till the next tournament. Well, with all respects, it is Rajaraman presenting the flag to our beloved Chief Postmaster General, and in turn, it is being handed over to Mr. C. Rajaratnam, Secretary of Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board, for the safe custody. Yes. Right from the beginning and even during this ceremony, the importance of band had been highlighted in a very nice manner, and we thought it is the most appropriate time to present a memento to the band master from Ethiraj College, and it will be our pleasure to request our beloved Chief Postmaster General Shri S. Rajendra Kumar IPOS to kindly present a memento. And on stage we have the teacher of Ethiraj College band team. A memento is being presented to the teacher of the band team, Thank you, madam, and thanks to the band team from Ethiraj College. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all good things begin and end with a note of love and thanks to God. As we all now stand in reverence, the respect will be paid to our country by presentation of national anthem by our own staff, G. Anandi, H.M. Nandini, M. Shanti, Sri Vadana and Vimala.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Well, while the winners will be carrying with them the medals, trophies, the other participants will definitely be carrying with them the pleasant memories of this 34th All India Postal Football Tournament organized by Tamil Nadu Postal Sports Board.